Hello everyone, it's Shadow the Rat, and in this video we're going to go over some DIY toys you can make with these things. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean up this mess I just made, and then we can get started. Okay, I'm back and I'm ready to get started with our first DIY toy. So for this toy, all you need is one paper tube, scissors, and some treats. So first, cut off about 1/4 of the tube, and you can put this aside because we won't need it. Now with the rest of the tube, you're going to want to cut it into 4 different little strips. 1, 2, and 4. Okay. Now just push these back into a circular shape. And now what you want to do is to place them inside each other like this. There we go. So now you have a little puzzle, and all you need to do now is to part it. Place some treats inside. Close up that little gap. And you have a perfect little toy for your rats to chew on, roll around, and try to get to the treats inside. Okay, now we're going to move on to the second DIY toy. And this is very similar in that it is a treat cracker. So again, you just need one tube, you need some scissors, and you also need a few treats. So to start off, we're going to cut this tube in 4 different places. You just want to cut around 1/2 inch. Now what you want to do is you want to do a box fold, which is where you fold these pieces. There we go. First you fold them in, and then you want to fold them like that. So on the other side, all you need to do is the exact same thing. Make 4 little cuts around 1/2 inch. Now just add in your treats and do another box fold. And now you have a perfect little cracker for your rats to play with and try to get to. Now, if your rats don't seem to be able to find the treats inside, you can also try cutting little holes in it, just to let them smell the treats inside. And I found that sometimes this helps my girls because they tend to give up on these little treat crackers if they don't figure them out pretty fast. Okay, so our third DIY is going to be another cracker, and again, you're going to need one paper tube, some scissors, some treats, and this time you also want 2 Kleenexes or 2 tissues. So all you want to do is you want to take your tube and you want to cut off around 1/4 of it. Now that you have your little tube, place your treats inside it, place it in the middle of your tissues, roll up the tube, and then you just want to twist the ends. And you have a perfect little treat cracker. Can you tell I like making these? Okay, so for the 4th DIY, we're going to make a bridge. So you just want 6 toilet tubes, some twine, and a handheld hole puncher. Now take your tube, and you want to punch 2 holes in every side. Okay, now what you want to do is to take your thread or your twine, and you're going to thread it through all of these holes. Now I recommend using a needle if you have one. I don't have one with me right now, so I'm just going to be threading it through the holes. Okay, now you want to push all the tubes together in the middle, give yourself ample string on both sides, and then just trim it. And now do the exact same thing on the other side. Now again, pull the tubes tight. You want them to be tight in the middle. And leave yourselves a good few inches on each side. Finally, you just want to trim it. And now, optionally, you want to tie these to some hooks. You can see here I have some hammock hooks. And that's it. Okay, for this next DIY toy, you will need one paper tube, scissors, and twine. So all you need to do is take your paper tube and start cutting to make a spiral. Poke a tiny hole at the very top. Then take your twine, cut off a little bit, thread it through the hole, tie a knot, and that's it. Now you can just hang it in the cage. Now the next thing we're going to make is a giant tube. So you're going to need 3 of these little paper tubes, some twine, some scissors, and these handheld hole punchers. So the first thing you want to do is to cut each tube lengthwise. Now you want to spread them open. And you're going to punch 4 holes into each side. Okay, now you're going to use your twine to connect these. So you want to set the holes over each other. And you're going to thread through them. Now again, it really helps if you have a needle. So if that's possible, I would recommend using that. Tie it as tight as possible without crinkling the cardboard. Now cut off the string and repeat the steps with the other tube. Tie it off, make a knot, and cut off the string. And now you have successfully made a tube large enough for your rats to actually walk through and chew on. Now for this next DIY, you're going to need at least 4 tubes along with some treats. So all you need to do is take your tube, take the other tubes, crumple them up like this, and stick them inside. Now all you have to do is sprinkle the treats inside these little holes. And your rat has to figure out how they can get them out. For this next DIY toy, you want some scissors, handheld hole punchers, 10 tubes, and some twine. So to start off, you just want to punch a hole in each of the tubes on each side. Now you want to take your string and thread it through each of the holes on one side. Now straighten them on this side, cut the string, and do the exact same thing, just tie it off. Okay, now you're going to thread through the other side, do the exact same thing as before. And now to finish up the toy, you want to get some twine, thread it through one of the sides, thread it through your other end, and then tie a knot. And then finally, you can either use this in the cage as a prop of sorts for the rats to climb around in, or you can get some treats and put them into different tubes so that your rat has to figure out how to get to them. For the next DIY toy, you want one toilet paper tube, some twine, scissors, and some treats. So to start out, you just want to take your tube and cut some small holes out of it. Depending on whatever treat you're using, these will need to be different sizes. They just need to be big enough that the treat can slip through if the object is jostled enough, but not too big that the treat will slip through without any work. So I'm just going to cut some little triangles in here. Let's see. Now what I'm going to do is on this side here, I'm going to do 4 little cuts, and these shouldn't be too big, maybe just 1/4 of an inch down. Then you want to fold these. So once you have one end blocked, you now want to add in your treats. And now on the top of this, you want to poke a hole. You can either use scissors, or here I'm going to be using this hand-hold hole puncher. And now I'm going to just thread this twine through the 2 holes. Now you just cut this off, and you hang it in the cage. And when your rats push it around, they should be able to get some treats out of it. Like that. And for the final DIY, you just need 1 tube, some treats, and 3 tissues. So to start, just take 1 tissue, ball it up, place it inside your tube. Now take your treats, sprinkle them inside, and use the other 2 tissues to block the other side. And that's it.
So yeah, that's basically all I have for you today. If you would like more rat training tips, please visit my website at rattricks.weebly.com, link in the description. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!